Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. I'm Lisa Marie and you've just tuned in to Bank Life. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, welcome to Bank Life. Make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe so that the algorithm can continue to kick out my video. Alright, so thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get to the case. Bank Life is now doing reactions to Paternity Court and we have Baylor versus Childs. Let's go.
Miss Allen, you say that after a brief affair with Mr. Childs, you discovered you were pregnant with your daughter, Ms. Baylor. You say Mr. Childs acknowledged paternity until his wife convinced him otherwise. You intend to prove that Mr. Childs is, in fact, your daughter's father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we got it. Miss Baylor is the young child, the young adult in this particular case, the one wearing the dreads. All right, and then her mother is standing next to her, right? So that's Miss Allen. And Miss Allen is saying that Mr. Childs did not start to deny her daughter until his wife said something or until his wife got involved. Let's go.
Mr. Childs, you admit to the affair with Ms. Allen, but say she was involved with several other people around the time of conception. You and your wife contend you are not Ms. Baylor's father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so now him and his wife are saying, hey, you know, he's not the father. She had other men. I'm not the father. All right, the bad part about this particular situation, because even though the child right now is an adult, right? A young adult, 20-year-old, and she has to stay here and listen in between her mother and her alleged father, and so, or alleged dad. And it's ridiculous because a lot of times we're not realizing the trauma, it's already drama, and the effects this may have on her. Let's go.
Ms. Allen, why is Mr. Childs denying your daughter?
His petty wife. She been
Excuse me.
doing that for years.
Shots fired.
Or sleeping together or nothing. So I don't think she have anything to do with it.
So you're basically blaming his wife?
Shots
Yes.
fired.
She should blame herself, Your Honor.
Woo! Woo! Wait. So she's blaming his wife. You gotta understand that's his wife, right? Let's say it again. His wife, no. She's blaming his wife, but of course his wife is like, listen, like what's going on? He's not the father, and maybe she has her own, and we'll find out what that is. Reasons to say, hey, my husband is not the father of your child, which most women would say. But I'm sure she has her reasons, and we're gonna find out, of course, those reasons, right? Let's go. I already know. You already know. Let's go.
20 years to figure out that you should get a DNA test.
Because
for
I didn't need to go through the drama.
Again,
I didn't need to go through the
All
drama
right,
with you.
let's talk one at a time.
All right, so he said, when I asked you, I like when they do that head movement. When I asked you from the beginning, 20 years ago, to take this DNA. It's funny to see men go, and when I asked you, because you know, they start getting serious with that stuff. Because when I asked you, and he said 20 years, to me, that's ridiculous. Well, we're going to find out. And the judge is like, wait, hold up. Order in the court. Order in the court. All right, let's go. All right, you know what? Let's move on. Let's skip it up a little bit. Let's take it up. Let's take it up. Let's take it up. Let's take it up. There.
To ride with me. And so we went on and had drinks or whatever. And then that's when we had sex.
Is this the night you believe you conceived after the football game and the drinks?
Yes.
Was this the only time you were intimate with Mr. Child?
We just did it like maybe a couple times after that.
Okay, so this didn't extend for a long time. This is just a few encounters.
Yeah.
Then you say you got pregnant. And once you got pregnant, did you tell Mr. Childs, I'm pregnant and I think it could be yours?
Actually, it was rumors. So he came to me.
You spread the rumor. People come.
All right. So now she's saying actually it's rumors. So the answer is, you know what I mean? Like really what's going on here? You know what I mean? She's like, his rumors was that he was. Well, how does a rumor? That should be my question. How does a rumor get started, y'all? No, because think about it. She's like, oh, yeah, that's what the rumor said. Rumor has it. You know, but how did the rumor get started? He's like, you started the rumor. He's breaking. Mr. Childs is not playing, y'all.
Okay, if I had family and I'm pregnant or whatever, but
why aren't you telling the truth? You didn't know who the father was.
Well, you knew that from day one.
You were telling that.
You knew that from day one.
That's not what you were saying, though. The rumor that you put out there.
Hold on, I'm going to give both of you a chance to.
He said the rumor is that the child's mine, not that the child may be his. See, that's a different rumor. The rumor that they're saying that was going out, according to Mr. Child, is that the rumor was that the child is his. Like, it's definite. It is his.
Respond to the other, but I want to understand. Ms. Allen, what is your contention?
I told him, I said, she may be your child.
You told him directly?
Yes. I told him, I said it's a possibility that she may not be.
So you said it is a possibility that she may not be yours.
Exactly.
So you acknowledge this doubt?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Childs.
Yes, ma'am.
How did the story go in your assessment?
Your Honor, listen, wasn't no, hey, listen, I'm trying to get at you or anything like that. No, never that. It's just a moment that happened. So I even asked her, you know, once I found out, I heard she was pregnant. Hey, are you pregnant? You supposed to be pregnant by me? Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's yours or not. So
hey, so you see that? She said, hey, I don't know what's yours. He came to her and asked her, hey, I hear that you're having a child by me. Now, you got to give Mr. Childs his respect. He went to her. Listen, is it true? Like, what's going on? I hear. In other words, he's hearing rumors that, hey, she's pregnant and that the child is his. And he want to know, hey, what's going on?
I'm like, okay, I'll tell you what. If you're pregnant and it's mine, let's get a DNA test. We can go ahead and get this out of the way. Have no problem with taking care of it because she would have been my first. I don't see.
Oh, look at that. So look at that, lady. Look, he said, listen what he told. If it's mine, I don't have no problem. It'll be my first. Let's get the DNA. But now we're here at Paternity Court 20 years later, you see? And he came to her. And that's a problem because that's too long to wait. Not because it's not about the parents. A lot of time people think, oh, you know, because I feel my emotions, my this, my that. But it's about the child. So now you have a 20-year-old in paternity court trying to figure out what's going on and who's who and who's my dad and who's my father and stuff like that. But she was put in this situation. You know what I mean? So I think it's a horrible place to be. I think the best thing is to get the DNA earlier rather than later. Let's go.
Again for months. Probably longer than that, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Allen, when Ms. Baylor was born, you didn't invite him to the birth?
No.
Did you invite any other man?
No.
Did you?
All right, y'all gotta stop because again, not at the birth. I invite no man, but see, it's still a problem because, and I said this on another video as well, on a couple of my videos, that it is said that when a girl is not brought up with her father, she can lack decision making and lack confidence by not having that male role, not male role model, the male her father, which for some can be probably replaced by a male role model or someone. But the fact is, every girl, I'm gonna say it again, every girl needs her dad or her father. Let's go.
Inform the other possibility or the other possibilities that they may be the father as well. You did?
Yes.
Okay. If you say he might be the father, why are you in court today saying that he is the father?
Because I was messing with him first.
How do you know?
What you mean, how do I know that? I had to go through the drama with Miss Johnson up and down the road. She following me.
How can she remember me chasing her up and down the street, but she can't remember who fathered her child? Why am I living in her head rent free, but she can't remember who fathered her child? Furthermore, Your Honor, he's always been there for my children.
Oh my goodness. You see? And this is what happens. Shots fired. I gotta put on that in case y'all don't know. These are my shots fired glasses. So when some and truly the wife is firing shot, she said, "Listen, why she had me living in her head rent free, knowing what I was doing, but don't know who the father of her child is." So the wife is not playing. She's saying, "Listen, I'm not going for it. You know, you know what I was doing." And, you know, and the reason she said she believes Mr. Child is the father is because she was with him first. What kind of... Listen, that's not calculations. That's not numbers. She didn't say, well, I calculated. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to Miss Allen, because you never know who watches your videos, right? So no disrespect. But the reasons that are given are crazy because... You can't, you know what I mean? You say, well, I was with you first. What that got to do with, did it match the timeline when you got pregnant? Then you can say, well, I calculated. And around that time period, you were the only one I was with. I went with the other person a month later. But you can't say, well, I went with you Monday. You was first. Then I went with the other person on, you know what I mean? The same week on Friday. And so because I went with you on Monday, it's yours. And because he went second, it's not his. That don't make sense because it still could be in an ovulation period, right? So let's go.
So this
Girl,
little
please.
song and
You
dance
act like
she
she lying
doing,
or something.
I'm telling the truth. Why
act
would
like she lying or
she?
something.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Child. Protect your wife. He got to because he shouldn't have been out there. Let's go. I should put on shots fired for myself, y'all.
I think it's important to know too.
Well,
when
that
we
was
met
always
her
the answer to
daughter,
the court,
the daughter told us that she had tested someone else. Why didn't you
Wow.
test him first?
So, Ms. Allen, there has been testimony which indicates that you also tested another man.
Yeah, she did.
Is that true?
Okay, that is true.
Okay.
Well, at least she not lying. She's saying, yes, I did, Your Honor.
That is true.
Tell the court about that.
That is true, but that was somebody that I wasn't even messing with him. This was something that
Why are you testing
came
him?
Why
about.
would you test someone you aren't messing with?
This is
Your Honor,
she was fishing
He
for-
came out and asked me, and he said, you know, I was messing with your mom around the time I wanted to get a DNA test with you.
Okay, someone reached out to you,
Yes.
Ms. Baylor, and said, I think I may be your father, and I want to have a test.
Yeah, I want to have a test.
But Ms.
But see, I have a problem with this. They reached out to Miss Baylor. Miss Baylor should not, who is, although an adult now, should not have been reached out to. She should have been told already who, by this time, because she's now 20, who her father is. So now people are reaching out to her. You know what I mean? And again, when it comes to paternity court, it is not about the parent, but it's about the child. How is this affecting Miss Baylor? It's about whether her father, who is her father. That's why we're here. And so that's not a good place to be in. Let's go.
Allen, you say this person was never a consideration.
No, and I told him that, but he was insisting on it. I was like, that is not, I wasn't even messing with you back then.
So the bottom line is, Ms.
She don't know. That's the bottom line.
Woo!
You have not had a DNA test with any of the other true potential fathers.
Right.
All right, so let's stop there. She's saying, listen, I have not had any tests with any of the other potential fathers. And the wife is like, you know, Mr. Child's wife is like, she don't know who the father is. And see, so now, you know, and you got to give it to Miss Baylor. She's telling you that, you know, she's not denying anything. She's saying yes to this. Yes, I did this. Yes, I didn't do that. So she's coming with it. But she, you know, maybe she was young. Maybe she made some bad decisions, right? But she is owning up to that. The issue here, though, is that her child, Miss Baylor, is 20 now and still in paternity court, you know? And if you notice that a lot of the cases are becoming where we have adults, right, coming in to paternity court. Is it their problem? Is it their problem? Is it their fault? No. You know what I mean? Anybody can end up at paternity court. Anybody. You can say, hey, I thought this person was my... And then you find out, hey, it's not. I'm now in paternity court. Let's go.
Okay, so Shinesha, Miss Baylor, were you always told Mr. Childs was your biological father?
To be honest, Your Honor, I was about 14 when I first found out my sister's dad wasn't my dad. Just hearing rumors, just going over my grandmother's house in Bowling Green. And that's where basically he is from. And everybody would come to me like, you're my cousin, TJ's your dad. I'm like, I don't know who TJ is. Who is TJ? And I went about...
Again, you see what the problem is? Who's TJ? You TJ's, you TJ's... So she's like, I'm hearing all of this. I was 14 when I was told that my stepdad is not my dad. And she didn't say her mother told her. She said she was told. That's the issue right there. She didn't say, my mother sat me down and said, you know what? Your stepdad is no longer your dad, or this person is not your dad, or that person. No, I was told. I just found out in the process that he's not my dad. Not that I was told from my mother that that's not my dad.
About it myself. I found him on Facebook, hit him up, and I said, look, I don't know what's going on, but I do actually want to know.
And did I ever once deny you?
Nah, you never did.
Never once.
All right. And he said, hey, I ain't never denied. Have I ever once denied you? And and she's like, no, not even once. He let her know, hey. And that's why, Mr. Childs came with his file. He came with his file to paternity court. Mr. Childs said, here's my file, Your Honor. Let me know. This is what happened 20 years ago. I told her, let's go for paternity court, paternity for the DNA. She didn't go, and now she wants to go when Miss Baylor is now 20 years old. All right, well, this is part 1 of Baylor versus Child. And stay tuned for part 2. Put a heart in the comment, or put a green check, meaning that you made it to the end of this video, and it lets me know. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Lisa Marie, and you've tuned in to Bank Life. Thank you for tuning in.